Vake! Have you heard of them? Well, now you have. Thank you so much to Vake for sending me the Studio VK2200 Pro to try out. Let me give a bit of info before moving on to the unboxing. It comes with 2 customized quick dials and 8 shortcut keys. It's 21.5 inches and the screen is 1920 by 1080 pixels. The screen is IPS full laminated display. Also comes with a battery-free pen with 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity and 60-degree tilt. This tablet is compatible with most of the creative apps and is priced at $469.99, which you can find on their official store or on other platforms such as Shopee, Lazada, and Amazon. I'll give my thoughts on the tablet, pricing, and other opinions later in the video. Oh, okay. So here's the actual pen display. I have to get these out first. You see in the back, there's the stand. I have to figure out how this works first. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. I need the manual. You see that? It's supposed to look like that. I see now. So there's a little thing that you can pull here and it will make the entire thing go down. Okay, so that's really good. You can just pull up and then adjust as much as you like and then let go. Oh, it's huge. I think you can see me. Oh no, you can see my wall of Genshin. So onto this box here, you have driver, manual, a glove, a cleaning cloth, 2 pens? Yep, 2 pens. I believe this is the power adapter. A pen holder with nibs. Yes, it's a lot of nibs here. Oh, more nibs. That's a lot. 2-sided USB-C cable. USB-C and USB Type-A. HDMI cable. And the very last, the chonky power cable. So I'm about to start setting everything up, but I looked at the tablet first and I felt like everything was a bit weird. There's a bit of scratches. And I just realized it's because it didn't take out the film. There's an actual film on it. I thought they sent me a defect or something. I don't know why I would think that. I'm actually just stupid. Oh my god. Yes. Best feeling in the world. Wait, so according to the manual, there's only 1 pen and 1 pen pocket. Am I special or something? Anyway, I gotta check the manual properly because I've never used a pen display before. If you have USB-C ports, then just use that. If not, then use the HDMI and the USB-A. I will be using my MacBook Pro right there, which only has USB-C ports. So the USB-A and the HDMI cables can just go back in the box. Yeah, I put this cheeky sheet right here just to cover up the outlet. And a bunch of plugs that I just shoved over there. So the plugs are all the way in the stand right there. And I just noticed that there are some buttons right here. Not sure what those are yet. Wait, is it safe to plug it in like this? I should put it back up. This is the most confusing unboxing ever. I'm so sorry. It's heavy. Okay. Oh, she's alive. No signal, of course. I haven't plugged it into my laptop yet. Okay, I've got everything set up now. The buttons in the bottom behind it is the power button for the screen. And there are settings like brightness, contrast, color temperature, the text, and other. Because I'm using a Mac, there are issues with the driver, but the website does have FAQs and video tutorials to help you fix the problem. One thing that is weird though is that the driver doesn't have an actual app of it on its own, like other tablets that I've used. Instead, it'll be here in the system preferences and right below here. You can adjust the pen pressure sensitivity. There's the pen buttons and mapping, which is important. You have to calibrate in order to get your pen tip and your cursor to be in the same location. And that feels a lot better. There's functions, all the buttons. And here's the dial. So there are 2 dials and 8 shortcut buttons that you can use when drawing. So say if I have a right hand drawing, I can just use the buttons on here and adjust the shortcuts to whatever I like. As for these dials, they can be spun and adjust to whatever, like zooming. For right now, I have it as changing the brush size. Okay, so this could be a personal problem that I have with pens. If it's too heavy or too light, I don't really like it, and this pen is a bit too light for me. If the screen is very vertical up like this, it still needs some sort of weight at the tip for it to actually stay. But I think maybe it might be better if... Okay, it's a bit better if my screen is down here at a normal angle. I set the buttons on my pen for this one to be space so I can move the canvas around, and for this to be alt so I can color pick easily. By pressing the top button, it turns into a color picker and I can just pick colors and then blend as much as I need. With space though, I feel like I have to press and then press onto the screen hard enough for it to actually move around. I'm having this issue a bit. Now let's see how well the pen pressure is. Okay, so let's take a look at the blue lines first. You can see that they're pretty smooth and the pen pressure works pretty well, except for these lines right here, that they're pretty wonky. I think it's just because I'm standing while drawing this. But overall, the lines are pretty smooth. And if we go here to the orange lines right here, these lines are drawn with stabilization on. Stabilization helps with creating smoother lines in case you have a shaky hand. And you can see that they're very smooth. So even though if maybe there are any problems with the pen pressure not being even, stabilization is in every program and it can help you with drawing. The weights here work pretty well with a light hand and with a heavy hand. I didn't even have to press my pen down that hard in order to get like a full stroke of the size. Though if you're someone with a heavy hand, you can also just adjust the pen pressure settings in the driver. Here's my thoughts after testing this thing out. My screen wasn't as crisp compared to my laptops, but then I found my problems were because I mirrored the display instead of using it as a second display. My laptop actually had a smaller screen and a different resolution, so the tablet's display made it look like the pixels were blown out and expanded. But then after having the tablet as its own display, as like, a second monitor, it came out to full 1080p. So this is something to keep in mind if you're gonna get this and your monitor is a different resolution than the tablet. Drawing on this felt pretty fine actually. It took some getting used to, but then I got the hang of it. And creating art went pretty smoothly. I had no issues with the color as well, it came out looking fine. You can also adjust the settings and such, but I didn't have any issue with that. I actually have a Windows PC, only used for gaming, but it does have Clip Studio. So I tried the tablet out and honestly, it works pretty fine with no issues at all. I think part of it is because the driver is more stable on Windows, according to what I've been looking up. Again, the pen is a tad bit too light for my liking, but other than that, it works without issue. The tablet, like the screen itself, feels very professional. Like sleek design and materials, it feels pretty solid. I really like the adjustable stand. Like it's really sturdy and I can adjust it to any angle I want. The highest I can go is about 80 degrees. It's pretty vertical and I can just prop it up if I need more space on my desk when I'm not using it. I've seen like other screen tablet stands that are in, it's locked in specific positions and I heard it's an issue for some artists. This is just something that I've seen on the internet. Now, should you get this? If you're an intermediate artist looking for an upgrade like, I don't want to use a tablet anymore, or I have a screen tablet but it's small, I want a bigger one, then sure, keep this one as an option. But be mindful of the size though. It is 21 inches, it's huge, and it will need a lot of space, so make sure you got a workspace that is big enough for it. Also, the pricing is just $469.99. I have to convert this, so that's like 16k Thai baht. Like, listen. That's actually really affordable. Compared to its size and quality, like man, this is something I could have saved up for when I was younger. Like back in the day, pen displays are something really out of my reach. It's something I couldn't even dream of getting because they're super expensive and the market was really small. There was only one brand really that made screen tablets. It was still new tech and it was very expensive. And I'm really glad that artists these days will get better access to these things now. If you watch this review and you think it looks good, keep it as an option. But one thing to keep in mind is that I've never used any other screen tablet before. So personally, I cannot compare this to other models or brands for you. Once again, thank you so much to VEEK for sending me this VK2200 Pro for me to try out. There will be links in the description below for you to check them out, and be sure to follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. That's it, bye!